All right, so lesson 4 is about dilations, and it is one of our transformations that makes a shape get bigger or get smaller, okay? So it's basically enlarging an image or reducing an image, kind of like what you can do with a picture and things like that, okay? So in our last 3 lessons with the transformations that we learned so far, okay? Let's remind ourselves about those. Remember, we had translation, okay, which moved an object. Left, right, up, or down. Okay, it just moved it. But everything else about it stayed the same. Okay. Then we had reflections. And reflections flipped an object. Okay, so if it was here, now it's here. Okay, all it did was flip it to the other side. Okay, then we had rotations, and that actually turned an object. So if it was here, it's kind of hard to show it like that, but if it was here, now it's here. Okay, so it turned it. But nothing about these objects changed size, nothing about them changed what it looked like. The only thing that changed was where it was, okay? But a dilation changes what it looks like, okay? Because it's gonna make it bigger or smaller, okay? So you can see here, right? You have a smaller one, they multiplied by something and made it bigger. So this symbol right here for a dilation, we have our original, and then we're going to multiply by something, and each thing has to be multiplied. So this K is called a scale factor. It's some number that we're going to multiply by to make it bigger or smaller, okay? So you can see here, right, they took the 3 points of this triangle, multiplied it by that scale factor of 4, and got new points, okay? Now it's going to be a little bit hard. I'm not going to be able to graph this so that you're going to be able to see it, but I will show you just because I don't have graph paper in front of me, but I can show you the points. So W was -2, 4. X was 1, 4. Y is 3, -1. And Z is -3, -1. Okay? And then it tells us that the scale factor is 2. So the scale factor is 2. So all that's telling us to do is to multiply that. So we're going to now have 2 times -2 and 2 times 4, because there's our scale factor. So our new W, our W prime, okay, is -4, 8. Okay, let's look at the next one. 2 times 1 and 2 times 4. So there's our scale factor being multiplied by each part of our point. So our X prime is now 2, 8. Okay, 2 times 3 and 2 times -1. So our new Y prime is 6, -2. Okay, 2 times -3 and 2 times -1. So our z prime is -6, -2. Okay. Okay, here the scale factor was half. So they cut each point in half, and so that's why it went from big to small. So anytime we have a fraction or a decimal, our image is going to get smaller. It's going to be a reduction. Okay. So let's see if we can find one that has that. Let's look at number 2. Okay, so our points, J, which is at 0, -4, K, which is at 0, 6, L, which is at 4, 4, and M, which is at 4, 2. And they tell us that our scale factor is 1/4. So all that's telling me to do is take 1/4 and multiply by each point. Okay, so what do I get? I get that my J prime, well, anything times 0 is still 0, but 1 times -4 is -4. 4 times 1 is 4. And then 4 divided by 4 is 1, and there's a negative, so -1. Okay, so it got smaller, right? -4 is now -1, it's smaller. Okay, so here 1/4 times 0 and 1/4 times 6. So our K prime is 0. Okay, so what is this? Let's see, 6/4. If I divide by 2, that's 3/2. If you don't like fractions, you could have divided that with a calculator. 6 divided by 4 is 1.5. So you could have written it as 0 and 1.5. I would have taken that as well. Okay, next one, 1/4 times 4 and 1/4 times 4. So our L prime, 4/4 is 1. 4/4 is also 1. Okay, 1/4 times 4 and 1/4 times 2. So our M prime, 4/4 is 1. 2/4, if we reduce, is 1/2. Again, if you had put that in your calculator, you would have gotten 1 and 0.5. Okay, either one works. All you're doing is multiplying, but you have to multiply by both things. Okay, and then of course graphing.